Folks, Ryan here coming to you with a brand new live. And for those of you who wants to come by, whatever country you are from, please stop by and let us chat. Cause I tend to enjoy a lot of you guys' conversations. We can talk about things that's going on around the world in today's day. Um, you know, talk about a little bit of geopolitics as well. So let's go, folks. Let's have a discussion. Come on down. And don't forget to like and subscribe. You know what I mean? Subscribe to your boy. Help me out to get out into the YouTube universe. Let's start, reaching more people so we can have more people on here and then we can start having some conversations. You know what I mean? Yes, so folks, don't forget to start your personal development journey or your transformational journey. Because I know this is not the easiest thing in the world to do. I get it. I understand it. I trust me. I understand because it takes a lot of commitment and dedication. I know a lot of people a lot of people they want to change, but the work that you know that it takes to make the transformation, it can be a bit much. I understand that, but the work need to be done. All right, and we need to head down that road, get on that path where we can actually start to become a better person, be better than how we are right now. You know what I mean? Because that's the goal here. We are trying to stay away from, the degeneracy, crime, violence. We do not want to get involved in any of their criminal activities that's out there. So we have to, pretty much be a buffer against, those systems. While you guys are here, folks, don't forget to like and subscribe and help me out. Help out your boy to get out into the YouTube universe so we can reach more people. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. All right. Hello, Ninja. Or what's your yeah, Ninja. Hello, Ninja Master. Appreciate y'all coming by. Hi, Christy. Good to see you. So, folks, Jasvir Singh and okay for what I do daily. When it comes to eating, I don't really eat a whole bunch of stuff. Just there. What my routine is I work out every single day. That's my routine. So today I think I did, I don't know, maybe 200 push-ups or more. Plus I was in the gym as well. So I work out. When it comes to eat, I don't really eat a whole lot of stuff. I just don't like to eat. But I do go to the restaurant sometimes, and I like certain type of food, some curry, what do you call it? Mutton, I think it's called, or curry sheep, whatever. Heck, So yeah, but I do not eat a whole bunch of that. So I eat mostly chicken and rice. That's what I mostly eat, and also I drink a lot of water. So that's really what So yeah, I don't do a whole bunch of taking a whole bunch of steroids and stuff. I just don't want to. I just don't want to do that. It's not me. I don't want to get involved in taking a whole bunch of stuff. I am from Jamaica, Ninja Master. Thank you for asking. Yeah. So, yes, folks, while you are here, like and subscribe. You know, so we can start. We can jump into some geopolitics today, and if you guys want to, or we can talk about some breaking news in the world today, of course. What's going on around the world, and over here in the states, we are still dealing with the Charlie Kirk situation still, and a lot of people want answers, about the Charlie Kirk situation. No, sir, I don't do that. I don't do that stuff. I don't do backflips. Sorry. Don't forget, folks, while you are here, like and subscribe. Quick plug there. Yeah. So we can talk about what's going on in the world today. Yeah, and it is absolutely fascinating to see how bitter people, some people still are. People are getting fired, from right to left. People are losing their jobs as well. Yeah, I pretty much come on around this time here, Javier Singh. Yeah, I pretty much come on around this time, somewhere between 7 and 8 o'clock. So I pretty much come on around this time. Yeah. Um, do I like Trump? I don't think I have anything against Trump at all because personally, I don't believe if I don't care who they put there, Ninja Master. I don't care who they um yeah, I just don't care. I show up every single day, Javier. I show up every single day. I'm on here every single day around the same time. You know what I mean? So yes, Ninja Master, I don't care who they put there at all. I look, me personally, I believe it is childish where every 4 years, exactly, Christy, where every 4 years they have a whole bunch of people showed up to represent us to run the country, and then in the end, you ended up with two guys in the end. What happened? They looked at it. This is what I'm thinking. This is my view on it. In every 4 years, they have a couple of guys showed up, and then they decided which one of no, you guys decided which one of these guys you guys want, and then they will actually give you that guy. You know, I am in Colorado. So yes, I just don't believe that if Trump wasn't there, or I don't care who they put there, it's not going to change. There is a system here, and we have to understand that um who it doesn't matter anymore. It does not matter anymore. Okay, so I'm glad that this guy here shows up. I'm glad that this guy here showed up. I'm really happy he showed up. What happened now? Motu Kumar, what's up? So what happened? They didn't want Kamala, so they said, okay, you guys said, so we need Trump. Okay, they elected Trump. Exactly, Christy. So right, they said, okay, Trump is better than Kamala. I I am not sure I am not sure if it would make a huge difference. We still have the same problems. We have the same problems still. So what's the difference? What's the difference? Uh, uh, um, well, Saddam Hussein and the whole Kuwait thing there, I think that was a trap. I think he was tricked. You know, no, I don't have any. I don't have any here. Whatever said. So I think Saddam Hussein was trapped. Me personally, I think he was sent there so that way they could destroy his army. Because you see, one of the things that they like to do is to destroy your military. So that way, because your military is actually part of the those institutions that you actually can use to protect yourself and defend yourself, just in case if there's an invasion. So I think he was tricked, because he actually told the Americans that he was gonna go into Kuwait. He actually told them, and they told him, "Sure, go on." Yep, so I have some here on my eyebrows. Yeah, so they told, the Americans, they told him to go in there, and when they go in there, then my God, the propaganda starts. Some little girl from Kuwait she was saying all types of stuff that was happening down there, and meanwhile, they're not talking about, honestly, that the Kuwaitis were, they were stealing the oil from the Iraqi. Okay, that's what so what about they were so that's what they were doing, stealing the Iraqi oil. So Saddam has a legitimate reason to invade Kuwait, but I think that was a stupid, because he even went to the UN and all of that, and he couldn't really get any answers. So yes, they know what the heck they were doing, and that's the reason why he was being his army was being annihilated since that time. So yes, because you see, the thing is with Saddam Hussein, he was their boy. They helped him to get to power back in 1972, I believe. You know, so so they helped him to get in the power. But the thing is, when they have these revolutions and they change these governments, sometimes some people who comes to power are not people who they can push around, and Saddam Hussein was one of those guys where they couldn't really push around, and if so they look for so over a period of time they realize that he is uncontrollable and he is not cooperating with the so-called West. So that's what happened there, and he was, he has to go. He was annihilated. So yeah. So yes, Saddam Hussein was one of those guys. Like, okay, more recently here we can see, we can get an idea of of when the regime change happened, how it might not worked out for the empire. Pakistan, Imran Khan, he was one of those guys who, it's like an anomaly. He came in, he was a cricketer. He played for the Pakistani cricket team. He used to come to the Caribbean. So I grew up knowing about Imran Khan, as a cricketer. And later on, he ran for president and he became president of Pakistan. So he was like an anomaly, because for the past 70 years they haven't had a real president who actually come to power, who wants to do something for the Pakistani people, because the Saudis spent millions of dollars of their money in Pakistan, so that way they can actually keep the Pakistanis in line, and that's part of the whole regime, Saudi American, British regime, right? But when Imran Khan came to power, they didn't like him very much, because the people loved him, favored him, want him to be there, and they remove him from power. So I think he's in jail right now. I think he's in prison still right now, Imran Khan. All right, the new regime that's in Pakistan, they are not really a push around and push over, so they are difficult people to deal with. So when they have these regime change, it doesn't mean it always work out. All right, so yes, that was one of those things. So Saddam Hussein was one of those guys who wasn't somebody who could be push around and push over, and that's the reason why they said, all right, look, we're going to have to take out this guy here. And what did they do? They actually lied. They said, hey, this guy, he has weapons of mass destruction. Everybody know it wasn't true. But later on, they were like, oops, oh, we didn't find any weapons of mass destruction. Okay, so he didn't have any. But these guys said yes, they were convinced that he did. All right. Yeah. So yes, folks, this is happening now. Um. Yeah. So that was just one of those things, and of course the gold. These guys have gold, and that's exactly what that movie, the Leprechaun, the Leprechaun. I believe that movie is based upon a true story, in my opinion, because these guys want every single ounce of gold that they can find. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, six shorty. you know, yeah. Yes, folks. So you have to understand that this is how they actually run. This is how the empire works. They don't have any friends. Nobody is their friend. You and them are only cool for a while until they cannot push you around anymore, and then they're gonna take you out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yes, folks. So looking at the whole Charlie Kirk situation and see how divided America is, I couldn't believe it at all. I couldn't. I did not know this country was this divided. And both sides right now, they got locked into cancel culture. Both sides. Everybody are involved into cancel culture now. You know what I mean? So everybody wants everybody to be fired from their jobs. I'm not sure if that's actually a good idea to start firing people because of freedom of speech. You might not like what somebody say. Me personally, what these guys are saying, it is appalling, it is despicable, it is hateful, but at the same time, we have to look at it at the same time. Are they free to say these things that they are saying? The only problem is they don't understand that these people who are making these speeches don't understand that if you are hurting the company, this is when the company gonna have to get rid of you. So you are hurt, your freedom of speech is fine, but you are hurting the company. So they have to fire you. All right? Like what happened to Jimmy Kimmel here. I don't think that speech was despicable, that what he said. I think he was saying something that actually makes sense. And I believe that's the reason why he has to go. They were like, hey, Jim, we can't have you here any longer because you are hurting our company. So yes, the corporation can fire you, and that's what they are doing. They are leaving it up to the corporation and not up to the First Amendment. Okay, so yes, we don't have freedom of speech anymore like we thought we think we do. For a long time we think we have the freedom of speech. It's just not there. Sorry, Bye bye freedom of speech is gone. In certain places we can express freedom of speech. In certain places we just can't because people are more about this than truth. It's money over truth. Nobody cares about your truth. They cares about their money and their company surviving. You know what I mean? Mario, what's up? Good to see you. Stopping by. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Yeah. Thank y'all for stopping by here. And, you know, we are, today, in our world today, we are looking at, you know, the global politics, whatever, Matt. Um, today, right? Today in our world right now, it has become a different place. Some people are just hostile, and they are out there looking for trouble, and they're looking for any reasons that they can possibly find to destroy somebody else. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yes, um, right, interesting. You guys know each other, Sid and Maddie. You guys know each other. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, folks, we can get into some some news that's going on, overseas as well. Yeah, so what's going on there, like in the Middle East, that's a hot spot right now. I'm looking to see how things are gonna turn out over there, if there's gonna be any cooling down anytime soon, because it's ramping up over there. It's getting crazy, and I don't see where anybody is backing down anytime soon. So this is going to be interesting. All right. That's another interesting spot over there, and we are keeping an eye on it. I heard that some Americans were taken out over there. The I don't want to say the name of the country that took out those Americans over there in Lebanon, in Lebanon. So these guys, I heard that they are from Detroit. I believe that these Americans are from, and they were taken out. I think yesterday or so what happened. So it's getting very interesting. I would like to see the how the Americans responded to this, because this is like, it's like American citizens are dying, and I would like to see how they are going to respond to this. And that's a pretty tough one for the Americans there, and that is gonna be hard, you know. Yeah, but folks, we're gonna have to be better than how we are, honestly, so that way we don't get dragged into the hate that's going around right now. It's absolutely thick and strong, you know palpable, the hate that's going around right now. And people are like, I was on the internet, and I see where people are like, um dissolving their friendships with other people because of the whole Charlie Kirk situation. People are like, we are not friends anymore. We are not on the same page anymore. We're not on the same team anymore. This is how bad it gets, folks. Absolutely despicable. So we are not able to talk anymore. It's just full on, full on hate. Me versus you, because you are from the right and I'm from the left, and this is just absolutely, unimaginable. I just couldn't believe that this was going to happen anytime soon at all, but it is here, folks. It's here, and it is happening. You know what I mean? All right then, folks. So we're gonna have to create. We can. Me personally, I don't know if we can change the world, but what we can do is change ourselves, become a better person, so that way, at least the people who are around us, we don't have to drag them into any of our despicable behavior. So this is why I recommend you get up and you go out there and you put in the work on yourself every single day. God, this has to happen. There's nobody coming to help you or save you. Thank you very much, Yajkat. Appreciate you. All right. Well, folks, I'm going to make a short one here tonight, and I am going to get out of here. Um, you know, got some, gotta get get so I can get to bed soon, and that way I can feel refreshed waking up in the morning, so that way I don't. Thank you very much, Yachcat. I will catch you guys later. Don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe and help out your boy to get out into the YouTube universe. We will talk soon, and you guys don't forget to be a better person, work on yourself, and become better than how you are right now. All right, folks. Ryan here with a brand new life. Good night. Talk to you soon, and bye for now.